Hey everyone, if you're a Washington Commanders fan and excited for the big Week 8 matchup, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to tell you everything happening behind the scenes and update you on Jayden Daniels' situation. Will he be playing? And what about Marcus Mariota? Does he have superpowers or just luck? Stay with me until the end because we have two pieces of news that will tug at your heartstrings. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like, because here you'll always be up to date with the best Commanders news. Now, let's get straight to the point. The Commanders have a very important game coming up against the Chicago Bears, and things heated up even more after CBS decided to broadcast the game in prime time, showing how significant this matchup is. The media has already started building a narrative around Caleb Williams and Jayden Daniels. This adds even more pressure to this matchup because who doesn't want to see these two talents on the field? But our main concern right now is Jayden Daniels' health. He got injured in the game against the Panthers with a rib injury that caught everyone by surprise. Even with the lead on the scoreboard, seeing Daniels leave the field gave us chills. The good news is that right after the game, his mom posted on social media saying he was fine. But is that enough to put us at ease? To make the situation even more complicated, our coach Dan Quinn has already confirmed that Daniels' condition is being monitored week by week, and Ian Rappaport from NFL Network said he probably won't play against the Bears. So, we're at a critical point. Push Daniels to return now or preserve his health for the rest of the season. A tough choice, right? And then comes the big question. Is it worth the risk? Look, the game against the Bears is super important, but the season doesn't end here. We're holding a great 5-2 record and still have a lot of games to play before the playoffs start. Isn't it better to give Daniels a rest, let him fully recover, and come back strong in the upcoming games? I know it's hard to imagine us without him on the field, but losing Daniels for a long period would be much worse, don't you agree? Moreover, Jayden Daniels' playing style is very dynamic. He runs a lot with the ball, which adds more pressure to his recovery. Even if the doctors clear him to play, is it a good idea with the Bears' defensive line being one of the strongest in the league? They're among the best when it comes to pressuring the quarterback, and Montez Sweat, who used to be ours, now plays there. Imagine his motivation to complicate our game. Seriously, guys, the risk is real. If Daniels takes another hard hit to the ribs, our campaign could go down the drain. Not only that, but his confidence could also be shaken. We can't risk losing our starting quarterback for longer, especially with how the season is unfolding. The game against the Bears is just another chapter in this story, and what matters is being strong later on in the playoffs. So, what to do in this scenario? Of course, no one wants to see Daniels out, but we have a plan B. Marcus Mariota has already shown he can hold the fort, even if he doesn't have the same level as Daniels. He came in against the Panthers and, despite a slow start, did a good job, completing 18 of 23 passes and scoring 2 touchdowns. Sure, the Panthers' defense isn't the Bears, but Mariota has enough experience to handle these situations. The truth is, if our team stays focused, with the defense playing well, and Mariota does the basics, we can win this game. We have a strong running game, which helps relieve the pressure on the quarterback. Of course, the Bears won't make it easy, but the Commanders' defense is also ready to wreak havoc. We've seen what our pass rush can do when it plays with intensity. So the big question is it worth forcing Daniels' return or trusting our roster to handle the situation? As a fan, I'm torn, but logic tells me we should think long-term. The season is a marathon, and keeping Daniels healthy for what really matters should be our priority. Now, if he's truly 100%, then yes, let's go all out against the Bears. Now let's talk about Marcus Mariota's incredible performance, who took over the team's reins when our starting QB had to leave. And let me tell you, what Mariota did in this game was superhero movie worthy. But that's not all. Coach Dan Quinn revealed what he considers Mariota's superpower, and this is where the story gets even more interesting. You might be wondering, what is this superpower? So hold on, because I'm going to explain everything to you. Right at the start of the game against the Panthers, it was clear things were going to get complicated when Daniels left with a rib injury. A silence fell over the stadium, and many fans like me were left wondering, could Mariota hold the fort? After all, he's still adapting to the Commanders' style, but that's when he surprised us. With a final score of 40-7, Mariota not only held the fort, but led the team with mastery. And as Dan Quinn himself said, the guy has a superpower. But what exactly is this superpower? Coach Dan Quinn, known for his straightforward and strategic style, didn't hold back on praising Mariota. He highlighted his great skill and improvisational ability. When a play seems to be falling apart, Mariota uses his legs to escape pressure and creates new opportunities that leave opposing defenses lost. And let's be honest, we saw that clearly on Sunday. Whether running to gain yards or escaping defenders to make a precise throw, Mariota showed he knows how to use his superpower to keep the team always advancing. And it doesn't stop there. Quinn went further and recalled Mariota's college days in Oregon. He mentioned that some plays Mariota made in the game against the Panthers were very reminiscent of those he made at Autzen Stadium when he was the terror of college defenses. In other words, the guy has had this ability since college, and now he's putting it all into practice in the NFL. This experience and improvisation ability are what make him such a dangerous player for opponents. And look, I don't know about you, but seeing a veteran like Mariota reinventing himself like this is thrilling. One thing is certain. Mariota is not just a substitute. He is a key piece to keeping the team competitive. And man, it's so good to see an experienced player taking control of the game like this. Dan Quinn, once again, was surgical in his analysis. He explained that Mariota feels more comfortable in the shotgun, that formation where the quarterback is a bit more set back. This gives him time to analyze the field and, if necessary, use his legs to escape pressure. And let's face it, his legs are fast enough to make defenders miss the timing of the play. Now let's be serious. Mariota's ability to extend plays is not just a tactical advantage. It's a real nightmare for defenses. How many times have you seen that moment when everything seems to go wrong and suddenly he pulls a magical play out of the hat? That's exactly what we saw on Sunday. He would leave the pocket, defenders came rushing in, but he would dodge them, make that lateral run, and perfect pass, or run for more yards. This completely changes the game and forces defenses to always stay alert because as long as he has the ball, anything can happen. And if you think this victory was luck, my friend, you're mistaken. Mariota doesn't rely on luck. He's strategic. Every move he makes on the field is calculated. He knows when to run, when to throw, and when to simply hold the ball to ensure the team maintains possession. And that, my friends, is what Dan Quinn called a superpower. This ability to turn a broken play into something positive is what sets him apart from other quarterbacks in the league. No wonder he was so praised by the coach after the win. Furthermore, it's important to highlight how Mariota's presence brings calm to the team. When Daniels went out, many of us thought, now what? But the truth is, Mariota got the job done, and more than that, showed that the Commanders have a backup up to the task. And this backup is not just any player, it's someone who can lead the team and make a difference. This is crucial in a league as competitive as the NFL. And more, with Daniels' injury still being evaluated, Mariota might be the key player for next week against the Bears. Now, the question remains, will Mariota continue with this incredible performance next week? Daniels' injury is a mystery, and the team is still assessing if he will be able to return in time. Meanwhile, we fans have to trust that our Robin is ready for another challenge. And honestly, with what he showed against the Panthers, I'm quite optimistic. The game against the Bears won't be easy, but with Mariota leading the attack, we have a real chance of coming out with another victory. So, what do you think? Will Mariota be able to maintain this level of performance? Is he ready to take over while Daniels recovers? Leave your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to activate the bell to receive all updates about our Commanders. And once again, I leave the question in the air. Can Mariota, with this superpower, be the hero the Commanders need so much this season?